Well, the ones that have trade risk, like tariffs, obviously something like Tesla and the Ford company and automotive has an impact, but we don't think that that's going to be a material impact. I think the bigger picture here is that these stocks have had a huge run, in aggregate up 23% over the last 3 months. If you look at the NASDAQ, up only 9%. So when we think about the trade versus the trade wars and tariffs versus the actual stock trades, I think that you could see some of them take a pullback here. In particular, things like Netflix and Amazon have had some big runs. But I think there are also some unique opportunities within some of the large cap tech, particularly around Tesla and Apple.
Why around Tesla and Apple in particular? I know you got a close eye on possible Tesla deliveries.
Yeah, so from Tesla's perspective, the key metric this quarter is around the production of Model 3. That's no mystery. But we decided to take on a daunting task, and I have to give credit to Mira Wallace from our team, who spent 3 days outside the Tesla factory and really started to deconstruct how Model 3 production goes. So there's this tent in the back of the factory that I think a lot of Tesla observers watch to see what the production of Model 3 is. In fact, that's not a good indicator to try to figure out production. So give credit for Mira for triangulating everything legally, stayed on public property here. But we're able to find some insights around how they ship the Model 3s out of the factory. And I just want to give you a quick insight around that. There are 3 shifts a day in the Fremont factory. The second shift is basically preparing. Part of that shift is people loading enclosed trucks. And then about 7 o'clock at night, we observe this massive outflow of trucks because of traffic reasons. And so we're able to get a glimpse in terms of the amount of outflow, and then we know there's 6 cars per. But John, to answer your question, what this ultimately yields is we think that Tesla's going to produce somewhere between 4,300 and 4,900 Model 3s in the final week of the quarter. Now, Elon Musk has been out saying it's going to be 5,000, so this is a little bit of a miss. But I don't think that that changes the story here, which is a massive improvement, basically a doubling of Model 3 production quarter on quarter, and I would view that as a positive for the story.
So you think the market will give him credit for that?
Absolutely, because I think that the market still has some suspicions about their ability, even though Elon Musk's emphatic reiteration that they're going to get there. I think people believe that they're probably not going to hit that. I know that Morgan Stanley's out today saying that they're probably going to miss that number more meaningfully. So we feel that the story is intact, and I think that back to the point about tech stocks more broadly, I think that if they do start to deliver around that production ramp, I think that that is going to yield some upside to Tesla stock.
Is our eye off the ball, perhaps, tech stock-wise? I mean, I've been watching Oracle after their quarter and some concerns about cloud growth. Similarly, Red Hat had been growing fantastically, but there were some concerns about their latest numbers. And some of the enterprise software stocks seem to take a little bit of a hit maybe after those 2 sets of results. Is there something happening perhaps in the cloud space, in the subscription space, that's going to warrant a closer look even than tariff impact?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think those stories in particular, since they've had such hyper growth, we're starting to reach a point of more normalized growth, kind of 20% growth. And obviously, once you start to ease that growth trajectory, that has a negative impact on the multiple. So I think those stocks in particular, that group, I see a little bit more of a headwind to it. I think you need just to be very judicious in terms of picking which stories have some measurable catalysts over the next few years. And another one we've been more close to is Apple, and I think some of the things around what they're doing with the iPhone growth and separately the cash piece, been well documented, but I think that's another opportunity for upside in the next several months.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.